Alright, so I am in Laoyang. I'm right here, and as you can see, it's fairly busy around here because of this guy, this NPC, the instance NPC. Little daily quest there that I haven't done. Basically, once you've reached level 36 and you've started to hit the wall of what quests can do for you alone, you want to go to Cyan Siege. I mean, yes, there's Attack by Night and Countryside Ambush for the lower levels, but they cost, doing these quests costs path energy, and you only get 100 of that per day. So it really, you really got to use it wisely. So level 36, you'll start to go to Cyan Siege. Now, you'll be able to easily solo the normal difficulty at that level. That'll be no problem at all. You just gotta create your team, hit enter instance, and clear the place. Normal difficulty is usually soloable up until the level 50 instance, in which case I do not recommend it. It was not fun. Alright, I attempted it, just never again. Never again soloing that. So you can solo it, or if you find a few people to help out, perhaps guildies, then you can go up to the next difficulty, which is Swordsman, which gets you better experience rewards and better loot. As well as these things, the Hero's Orders, which I will get to in a minute. They are your best friend, pretty much, for your gear. They will be how you get your gear while you are leveling. They are brilliant. Love them. So you'll get plenty of experience, possibility of a 6-star legendary weapon at the higher difficulties. And if you manage to find a full party, or just a party that's capable of completely dominating it, then jump into hero difficulty. It's always good. Always good to do hero, because that once again gives you a lot of experience and great rewards for your level. So after you've done so much Cyan Siege that either you're bored as all hell of it or you've run out of path energy, then you should have leveled at least a couple times and getting close to level 40. So at that point you want to go back to your questing and continue with the storyline and the side quests, and that should get you to level 40. If not, go back to Cyan Siege if you can, and if you can't do that, go and do guild quests, or even better, you do Bamboo, which is the #1 top way to get fast experience in this game. It is level 30 plus, so really it's possible to do this any time that you're level 30 and above. And all you got to do is you got to get a group together at the right time. That's the important part, the right time. Because it is a time-sensitive event. 1200 to 1400 and 20 o'clock to 2200. So you just hover over this image over here and it will give you the in-game time. So that is what that time is referencing to. So it is like 10.5 hours away for me to do it. So you would just come here, grab some guildies, or if you can't find them, just talk in, just look out and try to find some group members and go in, and it's basically just waves of enemies coming after you, and it's really easy. And it's just brilliant experience, and always put your 2 times XP on when you are doing that. It's there for a reason, so long as it is actually there in open beta. I do not know. I'm not psychic, I don't know if it's going to be there in open beta or not, but if it is, or if you have bought some 2 times XP or something, then that is the place to use it. So yeah, between Cyan Siege, Bamboo, questing, and guild quests, such as Detective, that's a 3 times a day thing. There is another guide that Rock made about Detective, so look at that if you want to see it. I'm not going to go into detail with that. And there is also Escort Convoy, which is a daily thing. You need 3 guild members, and everyone in the party has to have been in the guild for long enough. You have your rank here needs to be level 1 or above. If you are a rookie or a trainee, it will not let you start it, even if you're not the leader. You won't be able to go in. Okay, so what's this? Oh, recommendation letter. Yeah, so between the instances, between Cyan Siege quests, guild quests, and Bamboo, you should easily reach level 40, maybe 41 if you're lucky. And if you're extremely lucky, 42. And if you do that, then high five to you. So yeah, at that point, continue doing the guild quests, and that is where the first grinding location comes into play around in the early 40s. Really, I would recommend it from level 41 to 43 or 44, depending on how good your class is at grinding. For Zephyr, I would recommend it anywhere from 40 to 43. For something else like a Splendor, probably 41 to 44, since they don't have any real sustainability. You don't get the heals that a Zephyr gets. So this map that I'm going to now is Mount Shaolin. Around level 40, your storyline quest will take you to this map, and I recommend you do all the quests you can on this map before you start grinding on it, because they are better XP than just plain grinding at this level. Well, pretty much at any level. Because they're quick, they're easy, and they give you just a big bulk of experience, and you don't have to worry about sharing it with anyone if there's other people around the grinding spot. Alright, just a bit of a warning. There's often PKs, at least in the closed beta, there's often PKs spawn camping this location. I, along with many others, have attempted to and successfully drove them out of that location and then spawn camped them a few times. So that's always fun if you're high enough level to do that. But yeah, so if you can do that, then by all means, but just be careful when you're first going into these areas, because this is a very common PKing map, so I do not recommend AFK cultivation here. If you're going to turn on cultivation because it uses your abilities rapidly and it's quite efficient, then at least be at the screen or nearby, so that if you die you can set it back up again. So yeah, this is the cultivation. I will explain how to use that later. So yeah, these guys are the top grinding location in the early 40s, or even late 30s. Yeah, probably late 30s, actually. Late 30s, early 40s, like, you could even come here as early as 37, but the instances like Cyan Siege are gonna be better than this. But if you have no instances left, then go for this. So what I would always do is I would just run around here, pick them all up like this. Now it'll take you guys a bit more effort, seeing as I could actually just one-hit all that. But yeah, you get the idea. You group up 2 lots of them and you smash them, basically. So yeah, you just keep on grinding here until probably level 43 maybe. Again, it depends on how effective your class is at training. If you like, and if you find a group, you can go into the dungeon and train in there, but that's even more PK heavy because there is no PKs do not gain infamy to give them a red name while they PK in there, and also it's quite risky and quite difficult just with the mobs without PK, as they are quite strong for their level. So if you go in there, I recommend no fewer than 2 people in your party, including yourself. And at least one of you should have some kind of heal. So the next location is the next place that you will go in your questing, Scarlet Gorge. So thinking back, that's more of a late 30s grinding spot. So if you can't hit 40 through all the instances and the quests and stuff, then go there. Yeah, I probably should have scripted this or something beforehand, but hey, who needs a script? So this next location, Scarlet Gorge, will take you, you will go here from your questing. So Loyang, you'll go up through here into this location here. You've got a doctor, grocer to sell stuff, and then up here is where you want to fight your mobs. So these mobs are our first look at elite mobs. They're shown with the icon of a sword above their head, and that's really the only noticeable difference about them, other than they tend to give better experience and be slightly stronger than nearby enemies of the same level. So these are level 43. So probably best to be here around from level 41 to 43, maybe 44 if you are something like a Splendor or something without an effective heal. So once again, these guys, it's tougher to group them together because, as you can see, they do not travel very far. Right? See, they don't want to walk very far from their starting position. So you've kind of got to grab one group, grab another group, and then kind of go to their midpoint if you want to do the same thing as I showed on the last guide. So yeah, that works, and they drop plenty of these honestly quite terrible gears. And so if you want, and I recommend this, they drop a lot of these. So you can go to enhance your gear here, and instead of putting enhancement stones in, you can put the gear that your grinding mobs drop in there instead. They don't give anywhere near as much experience, but you get them a lot more, so they end up being really good for it. That's how I've got this weapon +7, and other stuff +3 and all that. So yeah, I recommend sticking around this location until level 33, 34, around that kind of marker. Really should have saved these locations beforehand. Alright, the next location will be, you should start there around level 43 if you're something like a Zephyr with good AoE damage and a good heal. But if you do not have those things, then you should start there at level 44. It is at Bully Heights, up here. So I will start recording again when I get there.